The city of Sherwood contains an urban renewal area expected to terminate in the end of 2023. Sherwood City Council is considering adoption of a new urban renewal area named the Sherwood 2021 Urban Renewal Area. Adoption of the plan will be considered by June 2021. If adopted, the citizens of Sherwood will continue to see a line item on their property tax statements entitled Urban Renewal. This video will explain why, in a city with an urban renewal area, urban renewal appears as a line item on all property tax bills. This video is not intended to dive into the intricacies of urban renewal tax law. This video will provide a conceptual understanding of how an assessor first calculates the amount of property tax revenue due annually to an urban renewal agency, second, distributes the impact to regular taxing districts through property tax bills, and third, collects the revenue from the regular taxing districts. To build a conceptual understanding of how an urban renewal area generates property tax revenue, we will use a hypothetical city as an example. In this city, there are 40 houses, each with an assessed value of $100,000. This means the total assessed value in the hypothetical city is $4 million prior to forming an urban renewal area. In the following year, this hypothetical city forms an urban renewal area. The urban renewal area consists of 10 houses and $1 million of assessed value. Cities with a population under $50,000, as in Sherwood, are limited to an assessed value of 25% within the urban renewal area. $1 million is within the 25% threshold for this urban renewal area. To illustrate the method of calculating urban renewal property tax revenues, we will assume that the assessed value for each house in the city grew by 3%. This means each house in the urban renewal area increased in assessed value by $3,000. Once the increase in assessed value for the urban renewal area is gathered, the process of calculating urban renewal property tax revenues can begin. The total assessed value increase in the urban renewal area is $30,000. This $30,000 will be taxed at a rate of $15 per $1,000 of assessed value. As such, the first year of TIF revenues will be $450. Many would assume that the indication of an urban renewal area would appear only on the property tax statements of the 10 houses in the urban renewal area. This, however, is incorrect. This assumption is the most prevalent misconception about urban renewal tax increment finance collections in the state of Oregon. Measures 5, 47, and 50 implemented property tax limitations which changed the way urban renewal revenues were calculated and collected in the state of Oregon. These measures required urban renewal revenues be accounted for in either the $10 per thousand general government taxing limit or the $5 per thousand education taxing limit. However, the total impact to the property taxing districts does not change regardless of whether it is indicated only on properties in the urban renewal area or on all properties in the city. The bottom line is, in this hypothetical city and cities in Oregon, the Urban Renewal Agency has generated $450 of new property taxing revenue. The regular taxing districts will have this $450 deducted from their total revenues proportionally to their tax rates. The collection of the $450 in urban renewal property tax revenues does not affect citizen property tax impact. The impact is still fully on the property taxing districts. The total property tax impact for a property in this city will be $1,545. Each house generated an additional $45 in property tax revenues compared to the previous year. This $45 increase is where the urban renewal impact occurs. Instead of the entirety of the $45 going strictly to the regular taxing districts, each house in the city limits will contribute $11.25 of new property tax revenue to the Urban Renewal Agency. They will also contribute $33.75 to the regular property taxing districts. If there was no Urban Renewal Agency, the full $45 would be distributed amongst the regular property taxing jurisdictions. To reiterate and emphasize, the amount of increased impact year to year on citizen property tax bills will be the same whether or not an urban renewal area exists in their city. Because there is an urban renewal area in Sherwood, any new property tax revenue generated within the urban renewal area boundary will be redistributed to the Urban Renewal Agency instead of the property taxing district. Schools are funded on a per pupil basis through the state school fund. Schools are impacted indirectly as they are not funded directly by local property tax revenues. The state school fund has many sources of revenue and is not wholly dependent on local property tax revenues. As well, per pupil amounts will not change for a school district strictly because their city formed an urban renewal area. This concludes our explanation of why, in a city with an urban renewal area, urban renewal appears as a line item on all property tax bills. For more information on this proposed urban renewal area, please visit the City of Sherwood's website.